Good day everyone, and now we're going to talk about how we can solve median for group data. So to solve the median, we have here our formula: lower boundary plus n divide 2 minus the cumulative frequency divide by the frequency of our median, and we have to multiply it sa ating class interval, which is yung I. So before we can use this formula, the first thing that we have to do is to get all the data that we needed. So yung first nga dun is to get the lower boundary. So lower boundary, we can solve the lower boundary by just subtracting the lower interval 2.5. So lower interval minus sa 0.5. So now I'm just going to inform you that we will be using the same table that we used in our previous video to solve the median. So let's go back to our lower boundary. Like I said earlier, we can get lower boundary by just simply subtracting the lower interval of our median class sa 0.5. So the lower interval of our median class here is 31. 31 minus 0.5 will be 30.5. Now that we get lower boundary, the next one that we need to get is the n divide 2. So n divide 2 will be equal to the overall total of our f, which is here is 28. So 28 divide sa 2. So if we divided it, it will be 14. So the next thing that we had to get is the cumulative frequency. To get our cumulative frequency, we can just simply look at our table. The cumulative frequency that we have to get is the cumulative frequency below our median class. So here in our table, our cumulative frequency of median class is 22. So like what I said, the cumulative frequency that we have to get is below our median class. So 22 below 22 will be 28. So 28 will be our cumulative frequency. Next is the frequency of our median class. So we can get frequency of median class by just also looking at our table, example table. So in our example table, the frequency of median class is 9, so we can just simply put there 9. The next one is I, or the interval. The formula to get I will be upper interval minus sa lower interval plus 1. So in our table, the upper interval will be 35. So 35 minus the lower interval, which is 31, plus 1. So 35 minus 1 is 4, and then we will just bring down the plus 1. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So after we get all the data that we needed, we can now use the formula to solve our median. So therefore, median is equal to our lower boundary, which is 30.5, plus our n divide 2, which is 14, minus to our cumulative frequency, which is 28, divide to our frequency of median class, which is 9, and multiply it sa I, which is 5. So the next thing that we have to do is to solve all the numbers inside the closed parentheses. So 30.5, we will just bring down 30.5 for the meantime and solve for all the number inside the closed parentheses. So 14 minus 28 will be 14, and we're going to divide it into 9, and we just have to copy 5. And then next is bring down the 30.5 and then solve for the numbers inside the closed parentheses. 14 divide 9 will be 1.56, and then bring down 5. Next is to bring down the 30.5 and then solve for the number inside the closed parentheses. 1.56 multiplied by 5 is equal to 7.8. And then if we add 30.5 plus 7.8, it will be 38.3. So our median for group data is equal to 38.3.